Good morning. Today is Thursday. It's 6:59 a.m. I got an offer from Uber Eats to go to Jack in the Box. I'm going to get $7.45 for 2.5 miles. Thanks to everybody for liking and subscribing to the channel. It's making a big difference, helping me to grow my audience. I woke up at about, I think, midnight last night, and I had trouble going back to sleep. And I think I tossed and turned until about 2 a.m. and then I finally decided to just start my day. So now I'm really hungover. I feel real, like, just wiped out and I feel groggy. I shouldn't say hungover, because I had somebody in the comments say that that's not the right term. That's not really being hungover. That's more being like groggy. So that's how I feel right now. I feel groggy. And I don't know if the day is going to be busy today or not. Thursdays in general are busy. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Mondays tend to be busy days. So it looks like I'm going to have another busy day today. It appears so. But we'll see as the day progresses how it all pans out. Yesterday I thought I was only in the 30s yesterday when I ended my day, and I guess I forgot an order, and I was actually in the 40s. I think I made like $43 yesterday. So really I could have just kept working and gotten one more offer and I would have made the $50. So I kind of blew it on that one, but that was just a miscalculation. And now we're here at Jack in the Box already. The traffic is light because it's still early this morning. Let's park this car. There's nobody here. Let's park this car and then see if it's ready. Five-minute wait. I'm gonna be traveling 4 minutes, 1.3 miles. It's a house and it's a leave at the door. Leave at front door. Thank you. Don't don't ring the doorbell. Oh, there were two other people inside of Jack in the Box. Two guys. One guy was a delivery person, which was a good sign. That means it's going to be busy today. And then the other person was just a regular customer ordering something. And I think that was about it. I was looking at the breakfast menu to see if Jack in the Box sells pancakes. Like McDonald's has the big breakfast with the pancakes. But they don't. I always thought that they did. I always thought Jack in the Box sold pancakes, but they only sell those French toast sticks with the maple, with the syrup. That's all they have. So I was just curious. Not that I'm supposed to eat any of that junk. So I was just looking. I was casually browsing the menu since I had nothing else to do while I was stuck there. I did turn on the DoorDash app to see if something better would come in, and nothing did. There was a $7 and change offer for like 5-point-something miles that came in. Obviously this one is way better. The miles are super low, so that wasn't worth taking. And currently it's 80 degrees. 80 degrees at 7:07 in the morning, and no winds. It's gonna be sunny and hot today. Another hot one. And let's see, I purchased some more CDs this morning. I'm on a lot of my CDs, for whatever reason, at this particular time of the year, they're just all maturing. I think last year was the time period where interest rates really spiked up, and that's when I was like, oh, I better jump into some CDs, and I did some like 1-year CDs, and I think that's why they finally matured. And so I was like, well, it's time to make some more. And I never set, you can set your CDs to automatically renew, but I don't like to do that because I like to shop around to see if anybody else has any other better rates, or sometimes you'll get a better rate if you do a shorter term or a longer term or whatever. So I'm always just telling it, don't renew, and just let the CD mature, and then I'll decide what I want to do next. So yeah, I'm a very old school investor, very conservative investor. The only time I was more riskier was back when interest rates were near 0% and you couldn't make money on CDs. Like CDs back in the day, when interest rates were so bad, interest rates were so low, you could only get like 0.5% interest rate on a CD. So those were the days when you just couldn't. You had to put your money in the stock market to earn anything. But now that interest rates have gone back up to normal historical norms, now I have a diversified portfolio, a mix of S&P 500, NASDAQ index funds, and CDs and treasuries. Because now it actually makes more sense. Because I guess in retirement, the general rule is to withdraw from your retirement account about 4% every year. So if I have CDs and treasuries that are earning an average of 4%, that means I'm not affecting the principal amount of the investment. I'm just basically living off the interest is what you really want. That's considered to be the ideal scenario. Which side is this house going to be on? It looks like it's going to be straight ahead. This is a cul-de-sac. I'm looking for your numbers. Is it this one? Boy, that font is really hard to read. Come on. Thank you. Well, that was fun. I got to see somebody's cat. It was a beautiful black cat. I used to have a black cat when I was a kid. Back, way back in the 1970s, I had a black cat. Then when I got older, the only kind of cats I had were tabby cat, I had a calico cat, and I had a gray cat. I don't know if cats have any particular breed. I don't know I know there's like long hair, short hair. But my cats are just the standard, standard domestic cat. And we just, when people say what kind of cat you have, I always just refer to them usually by the coloring. It's like, oh, I had a gray one, I had a black one, a white one. And but when I was a kid, we had a black cat that was like a cat that we had when we were little, so that it would kill the mice that were inside the house. But I don't recall that cat ever killing any of the mice. I think that's why we got that cat as a kid. But we got more mice taken care of in the house with the mouse traps than we did with the cat. I think the cat was probably afraid of the mice, or maybe it just had no interest in mice. I don't know. I never saw it ever catch one in my memory. So, and now I'm just gonna head on back home. And we have about $7 in change in our pockets now, and the app is quiet. There's nothing coming in. It's only 7:13 right now. I have 2.8 miles on the car. I'm not getting good gas mileage right now. I'm getting 39 miles to the gallon right now. It's probably because the car just barely started. Like the car has to accumulate some miles and warm up before it gets better mileage. And what else is going on? Not that much exciting stuff is going on. I've been watching a lot of stuff on Pluto TV lately. I have all these different subscriptions that I pay money to for, shows like Disney Plus, Netflix, Amazon Prime and what's the other one? Paramount Plus. You name it, I'm subscribing to it because I'm such a TV person. But what's funny is that I have all these premium services, right, with commercial free. And what do I watch? I watch Pluto all day so I can watch commercials. I thought, well, why am I not watching the other ones? And it's like I just like watching those old rerun shows right now, like Laverne and Shirley and Three's Company. And the commercials make it so they stretch the show out so it lasts longer, while I'm just hanging out waiting for my next offer to come in. So I think that's why I do it. If I watch something that's like on Netflix with no commercials, I get so sucked into whatever the show is that I have a hard time leaving the house. You know, I get so into it. DoorDash, 475, 1.9 miles. I guess I'll take it because they're so slow. I want to do something. I'm going the right direction. Uh-oh. I'm going the wrong way. Oh, great. Oh, no. I've never... What Starbucks is this? I've never gone to this Starbucks before. Oh, man. I just increased the miles by going this way. Oh, well. What Starbucks is over this way? I can't think of any Starbucks that's over here. Where does it take you to? Wow, it's taking... I have never picked up from this Starbucks before. This is a first. Alright, I got the next one. It's coming in from DoorDash. I'm going to go to Starbucks. I'm going to get $4.79 for 1.9 miles. It's actually like 2.2 miles now. I don't know if I should have taken this one. I think this was kind of a mistake. I really should have skipped it. I mean, I really should have. Yeah, sure, update. It wants to update the app wants to be updated right now, and since I'm in DoorDash, that should work out fine. So right now I'm updating my app. Oh, why did I take this one? I really shouldn't have taken this one. For this small amount of money, I thought I was going to the Starbucks that's, you know, the one I always go to that's on Green Valley. Not this one that I've never been to before. And as I recall, when I drive by this one, it is so crowded with so many cars that I bet you anything the order's not going to be ready. I'd be willing to bet that the order is not going to be ready for me to get. I'll just turn here, even though the app says to keep going straight. I'm going to turn here. I think there's a way for me to get over there, going this way, and it'll save me at least a quarter of a mile. Oh shoot, they're doing construction. Is it going to be open for me to go over that way? No, it's not. I better go this way. Oh boy. I don't even know where to park to get into this Starbucks that I'm going to. This is not a normal pickup. This is very, very unusual. Oh, let's see. Where is the Starbucks? I want to see, where am I going to park at this one, since I've never been to this one before. Okay, it looks like there's parking right in front. It doesn't look super busy. Okay, I'm going, dude. I'll just park right here and head on in. Just do my routine. No waiting on the order. Directions. Let me secure the order so it doesn't flip over. It's just one drink. I don't want it to tip. We're gonna just go 4 minutes, 1 mile. It looks like it's a business, and it's a hand it to me. And it's for somebody else that ordered this drink. Oh boy. Let me make sure I go the right direction before I leave. Oh, okay, I know exactly where this is. All right, great. Let's get rolling. So that was my first time inside of this particular Starbucks. I had never been to this Starbucks before, so I wasn't exactly sure what to expect when I arrived, because every Starbucks has different pickup procedures when you go inside. So for this particular one, I just went to the pickup counter, and then somebody said, good morning or hello, and then I just immediately said, picking up for so-and-so. I said, hi, picking up for so-and-so. And they said the order was not ready, but they just basically, the drink was ready, they just had to throw it in a bag. So that's what they did. They threw it in a bag and gave it to me. And I lucked out that this Starbucks, which is normally super busy and the drive-through line is super long, I lucked out. There was nobody in line. For whatever reason, this Starbucks was quiet today. And I don't know exactly why, but usually every time I drive by this location, it has an extremely long line of cars in the drive-through. So it's normally really packed. And it's in all the years that I have been doing delivery, I have never been to that Starbucks. I thought that Starbucks was not accepting DoorDash or Uber Eats. That's what I thought. Or maybe all this time that particular location was not accepting deliveries until recently, or like until now, and that's why I'm suddenly getting it. So it looks like that one is going to become a new place for me to go to pick up deliveries. So whenever offers come in, I'm going to have to really pay attention and make sure I drive to the right one. That's going to make a total of 4 different Starbucks that are within my area of picking up and dropping off. So I now have 4. That's a lot. I have 4 official places now that are so close to me that I could get offers to pick up coffee from at any time. There are so many coffee places in this town. It is crazy. There must be, I think there's like 10. I think there's 10 different coffee places within a 2-mile radius of where I hang out at and wait for offers to come in. And I got the ones I can name, there's a Ware coffee, there's Black Moon coffee, there's Coffee Religion. Then there's like all the different Starbucks. There's like so many different Starbucks. There's Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf. There's the Earth Cafe where I get coffee from all the time. There's just so many. This town it's probably that way all over the country. There's so many people that are addicted to caffeine, and especially coffee. They can't function without it. I don't drink coffee. All I really drink is milk, water, and tea. That's about it. And I only drink tea in the wintertime because it's cold and I want something hot to drink. But when I was a kid, I think my mother, she told me coffee will stunt my growth. She used to drink so much coffee and smoke so many cigarettes, it wasn't even funny. She's from that era where everybody drank coffee and smoked nonstop. It was considered to be healthy, I guess, at the time. And now, of course, we all know better. But at the time, it was too late. Once you get hooked on something like that, you can't get off of it. All right, where is this place? I know it said Sweet something. Let me see. I want to make sure I go to the right place. I wish they would have put the name of the business. Let's see. I think it's this one here. Let's see. What's the suite number here? Oh, yeah, it's this place here. All right, let's go drop it off. Thank you. you. Have a good one. Thank you. All right. Well, that's all dropped off. There was no problems. I just had to ring the doorbell because the door is I think it's some type of school, and so they have more security for this location. So you have to ring a bell, and then they come to the door and they don't even let you go inside. They come to the door and then they you just hand them the order at the door. And but they answered the door right away and there was no problems. And now it's time to make my way back towards home base, and the time is 7:26. I got 5.6 miles on the car. I'm getting 47 miles to the gallon. And now I basically made it was almost a $5 one, and then the other one was like a $7 one. So that's $12 so far. And I've got almost 6 miles on the car. So right now I am getting $2 for every mile. So everything is on track for still being achievable to reach our goal of $50 today. But you can see now I'm just really taking anything that's close to at least $5 for an offer to be acceptable, because it's been so slow lately. I haven't been able to do my previous strategy of taking offers that are $10 and up, because there aren't any offers that are coming out right now that are $10 and up. Everybody's really being cheap. So yeah, this is what I'm just gonna have to just keep doing. $5.50 4 miles. Got no choice until the circumstances change. This is what I'll be doing for the duration, and I'll know when it gets better because I'll start seeing the offers. Like the moment I start seeing the app going berserk, like and tons of offers are pouring in, that's when I know it's like, okay, now start fishing, because the pond is full of offers. Wait for a big one and then reel it in is the general strategy when it's time to get bigger and better. And I'm still, technically, as long as I'm able to get a bunch of $5 and $6 and $7 offers, I still should be able to reach the $50 goal, as long as the offers come in fast enough. You know, as long as I'm not sitting at home constantly for an hour or 2 hours waiting for the next offer, as long as that doesn't happen, I should be golden. I got the next offer and it's coming from Uber Eats. I'm gonna go to coffee bean and tea leaf. I'm gonna get $8.07 for 3.7 miles. Well, it's about 7:50 now, so I was at home for probably about 20 minutes waiting for an offer to come in. So that's not exactly a good situation to reach the goal. Let's see, so we'll be at $20 once I complete this one. So I mean, it's always hard to know this early in the game, because all it's going to take is one big order, one $15, $18, $20 offer, and suddenly we're doing fantastic. So it's really hard to figure out what the outlook's going to be as I'm making my way towards the $50 goal. And and at home I was just watching my usual Pluto TV. I was watching the Brady Bunch, trying to just, enjoy being at home since it's slow, and just knowing that every time I do a delivery, it just seems like in the mornings I'm just going to be hanging out at home. Yesterday the busiest time was around 11 o'clock, between 11 and noon. It got really busy, and that's really the time now I think I should be out and about trying to make the money. But I think the window is so short that it may not be worth the risk. So it may be busy just for like an hour or two, and then it'll just die down again and there won't be any work. So yeah, I think it's best that I still just do this schedule. And then if it's busy around 11 or 12, if I just work during that 1 hour period, and if I make $20, that should get me to my goal, during that lunch rush. If I make 20 something, oh dear, they're doing a fair here on, I need to make a left turn if possible. How do I turn in? Can I turn over here to get, I think I can. It's not blocked off right here, so I'm just gonna make a left and turn in here. Wow, what a mess. And then there's a guy that decided that this is a sidewalk. It's not a road. I swear, people are too much. You got sidewalk on the left and on the right, and he's like, no, I want to walk on this really wide path where the cars need to go. It's like, thanks a lot. Well, let's see. I'm gonna probably have to park way over here and do a little bit of walking. I don't think there's any way around this situation. And with that fair going on, or the festival, or whatever it is, it's gonna make it harder for me to do this pickup. I think there's a parking spot here on the right. I think I'll fit in this spot. All right, let's go pick up the coffee. No waiting on the order. All right, well, everything worked out inside of there. There was 3 or 4 people waiting for their orders to be ready, but there was nobody at the pickup counter. And one of the baristas was walking towards me. As I walked in, she's like, are you here to pick up for somebody? And I said, yeah, I'm here to pick up for so-and-so. And sure enough, the order was ready. So she turned around, went back behind the counter, grabbed the order, and I was all set. She said to be careful, there's a drink, and she's like, be careful with the order, there's a drink in there. And I said, okay, I'll be careful. And I think they're told, like, their protocol at this location is to always tell the drivers that they have a drink and to be careful with it. And I noticed that that's the pattern here at Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf, is they always say it. They always say, be careful with, there's a drink in there. And any other coffee place I go to, they never say a thing. They just say, here's the order, thank you, or whatever. Here you go. So they must have been told by management to always let the drivers know that they're delivering a drink and to deliver with care. So that's it's funny how inconsistent it is when it comes to the pickup. Like, everybody is so different. Every restaurant has their own policies and procedures when it comes to giving stuff to delivery drivers. It's really weird. I don't quite understand it myself. It's almost as if however they're structuring these pickups, it's just based on the fears and concerns of each store owner at these places. Like, like there's some kind of, it's just random. There's not a consistent setup that the businesses do. Even when I go to Sprouts and do shopping, the Sprouts on Silverado Ranch, they don't want me to use the checkout. They want me to use the self checkout. But at the Sprouts on Green Valley, they don't want me to use the self checkout. They want me to use the checker. So there's absolutely no consistency even between the same companies. It's all based on whatever location I have to be at is whatever their rules are I have to follow. And I even have to kind of remember, because you're on autopilot when you go into these places, and then sometimes you're caught off guard. You're like, well, that's not how they did it at the other one. Why are they doing it so different at this one? So yeah. So even Starbucks is the same thing. Sometimes I have to go to the part of the store where you order the Starbucks coffee to pick it up, and sometimes I go to the pickup counter to pick it up. So these are the weird things that'll happen to you when you're doing this job day in and day out. You know, you're gonna find yourself being pulled in all different directions, and you start to wonder, like, this, just how crazy this world really is. It's like, this world really doesn't make no kind of sense at all. It's like there should be some standard that, at least at the corporate level, you know, they should tell each location, look, this is the policy. It's always going to be at the pickup counter, or they're always going to have to be using the self-checkout. But I don't know. I guess they try to give some autonomy to the to each location. So, good for them. If they want to do it that way, that's fine. We've got another 3 minutes, 1.2 miles. The time is currently 8 a.m. It's 83 degrees. I have about 9 miles on the car right now, and I'm getting 56 miles to the gallon. And I don't know if I told you about the drop-off. We're going to go to a house, leave at the door. Please leave at the front door, inside the gate on the right. And it's a house. Why did it make me go this direction? This is a really weird way for me to go. And I'm not sure, but I think this is a gated community I'm going to, but I have no gate code. So we may run into some problems when it comes to the drop-off based on what I'm seeing on the map. Unless it's one of these townhouses. Sometimes there's a spot somewhere over in the area I'm going to where they're not houses, but each one has its own address, but there's no like unit number. So it could look like a house, but it's actually just it's just like a townhouse. So we'll see as I get closer. Right now the traffic is still pretty light. It's not busy. It's 8 o'clock. I think a lot of people might be out of town. I don't know if there's a holiday coming up or people are taking a long weekend. I don't know what's going on. I have noticed in this town that I'm seeing more and more signs, real estate signs, you know, houses for sale. I'm seeing a lot more signs going up. So it's got me concerned. I went on to Zillow to see like what's happening in the market here in Vegas, and apparently prices, not for houses but for condos, is plummeting. They used to be in the 300s to get a condo, and now the prices have gone down to the 200s for a condo. So they've dropped probably about 50,000. So I don't know exactly why condos are plummeting. Yet when I look at the prices for houses, the prices for houses has not plummeted. It's just condominiums for some reason. I think the possible reason why the condominiums are going down is I think those are the people that are most vulnerable to being laid off from their jobs. Because, you know, if you had to choose between getting a house and a condominium, I think everybody would choose a house over a condominium. Because a condominium is like essentially like just living in an apartment, but you own your apartment. So, and who really wants to live in an apartment and have, you know, noisy neighbors next door, and the people above you are walking on on your ceiling and making all kinds of racket. I mean, there's all kinds of complications that you have when you live in a condominium situation. So, whereas a house, all the walls are yours, and you just have maybe, you know, a barking dog or whatever next door, or maybe the neighbors like to party in their backyard, but at least your wall is not like, they're not like right on the other side of your wall. So yeah. So I think for the most part, I think that's why I think this really is the early signs of a recession that's starting to happen. And you know, that doesn't bode well for the this DoorDash gig that I'm doing, because that just means that people aren't going to have a lot of money to be tipping and using this service. So the only thing that's really going to helping me. Wait, do I turn here? Yeah, it says turn here. The only thing that's really helping me is this is a tourist town, so people that come here are prepared to tip, and they're on vacation, so they are generous. So there's always going to be that proportion of wealthy people who come here who are still going to have the money to splurge and you know, fork over the money to keep me in business. So that's the one plus. Yeah, this is starting to look like it's going to be a townhouse. I'm really close to like a McDonald's. If I continue on this road, I'd end up near a McDonald's. So the good news is that when I drop this off, I'm going to be in a hot spot area. So I'll start to crawl really slowly after I drop this off. And then I will, is it this? No, not here where I turn. Once I drop this off, my navigation is lagging. So I'm having a hard time figuring out what the heck is going on with this app. Alright, here's where I make a right-hand turn. Wait a minute, these are houses. I didn't even know there were houses over here. I thought it was all townhouses in this part. But these are actual houses. Well, I'll be gosh darn, I was wrong. Oh no, it's a mix. Here come the townhouses. Alright, these houses right here on my right are townhouse, and yeah, it is a townhouse. It's just a mixture. I never realized they had a mix of houses and townhouses over here. Not this one. This one. Make a right here, and then it's going to be on the right hand side. And let's see. I guess I can park here. Can't tell if there's somebody in this car because of their window tinting. No, there's nobody there. Let's drop this off. Here we go. Thank you. Alright, we're dropped off. Now I think I'll make my way towards the McDonald's, because maybe I'll get something if I go that way. 368, 5 miles. How do I get out of here? This way. Drop off was no big deal. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to open the gate. It looked like it was locked. Like when I pushed on it, it wouldn't open, so I just put my hand over the gate and I undid the clasp on the gate and it opened. And then they just said to set it to the right in front of the door, so that's just what I did. $9.42, 13 miles. $4, 3.4 miles. Yeah, so that's just what I did. I just dropped it off that way. And it all worked out. And then I wasn't sure whether or not to walk on their grass, but I saw it was artificial grass. So I thought, well, it's not going to hurt the artificial grass if I step on it. Because if I'd have walked the other way, it would have been, I'd have walked real close to their car. $7, 7 miles. So yeah, I just like, oh, I'll just walk on the grass. And in my mind, I'm thinking, are they watching me from the window? Are they going to lower my tip because I walked on their artificial grass? I don't think that's considered a faux pas if you walk on artificial grass, because that doesn't hurt artificial grass. It's just like walking on carpet. So I don't see how that's a negative and could risk me offending the customer by me doing that maneuver. So I just did it. Alright, now we're back on Eastern, and I am just going to head back towards home base, but there's lots of opportunities right here, so that's why I went this way. It wasn't exactly going back towards home, but it just made the most sense because I was so close to Eastern. I'm like, well, I might as well give it a shot. I know once I get back home, it's usually the dead zone. It's like back to watching shows on Pluto TV, waiting for something to come in. I was thinking about putting on a Blu-ray. I was trying to find in my Blu-ray collection what kind of movie I'd want to put on, because I was thinking the other day how how I just continuously watch things on streaming nowadays. I really don't watch much else. And I wanted to see if there's a really dramatic difference in the video quality or the video quality of the movie if I watch it on Blu-ray as opposed to watching it on streaming. I've become so accustomed now to watching on streaming. I keep thinking, am I just cheating myself out of the true experience of this movie? You know, like if you watch like Lord of the Rings or whatever. If you're watching Lord of the Rings on streaming, and then you actually own the Blu-ray version, shouldn't I just be watching the Blu-ray version since I have it? If I'm in the mood to watch Lord of the Rings rather than watching it on streaming, because wouldn't the quality of the video be better? I think it would be. So I think the next time I'm in the mood to watch something that I already have on Blu-ray and it's on streaming, I'll just have to not be lazy and get up and put the darn Blu-ray in. I don't know if younger people have Blu-rays anymore. I don't think they do. I think the younger generation is all streaming. I don't think they have a VCR. Not VCR. I don't think they have I know they don't have a VCR. I don't think they have like a DVD player or a Blu-ray player that they use to watch stuff. I really think that today's current young generation, they don't even watch their TV. I think they just do everything with their phone or their computer, and that's it. Because they're so addicted to their computers that they have to do everything on those devices. A TV does not have the capability to operate like a computer. I mean, of course, unless you plug your computer in to the thing. Something else is coming in. I gotta make a U-turn. Except, let me pause my DoorDash and I'll tell you about it in a second. Paused. DoorDash is paused. All right, we got an offer from. Uh-oh, hold on. My app is going berserk. I got an offer from Uber Eats. We're gonna go to Munch Box. I'm gonna get $10.08 for 2.4 miles. Well, this is the first time in. Oh no, it's not the first time. I got a $10 plus offer yesterday. So, well, this is the first time today I've gotten a $10 offer. How about that? So it's good news. This is gonna take me to $30. So, and it's only 10 something. So we're doing good. Everything is rolling along. I have to say that this day is looking up. It's starting to look like I'm gonna hit the $50 goal, which I haven't hit in the last 2 days, I think. Last couple of days, I have not hit $50. So I'm hoping that the streak has been broken, and we'll be back on track to getting that $50 every day. I hope. And so right now we're really close to the Munch Box. So it's almost a good thing that I'm stuck currently at this red light, waiting to make a U-turn, because the food's probably not ready. I'm literally across the street from Munch Box, so there's no rush. Well, this U-Haul place, it has the American flags out. I wonder what holiday's coming up. Father's Day's coming up, and then after that is 4th of July. So maybe that's why they have their flags out. Maybe they're early. I know that a lot of times Father's Day is not even considered like an actual holiday, because fathers are not as close to the children as the mothers are. The mothers smother the children with attention, and so that therefore when Mother's Day comes, it's like a religious holiday, and so everything comes to a stop on Mother's Day. But most fathers, are working, so they don't build close relationships with their children. And plus, as men, they have a hard time expressing their emotions, so there is not as much of a bond between children and their fathers. Therefore, Father's Day is not exactly a highly celebrated holiday like Mother's Day. And that's just the reality. I don't know if it's like that in other cultures. I know in American culture, that's the way it just seems to be. And I'm not saying all fathers are like that. I'm just saying in general, All right, we're here at Munch Box. Let's go on in. No waiting on the order. I'm going up east. Okay, got it. All right, yeah, the order was ready. I was really surprised. It was just sitting there, all wrapped up and ready to go. We're gonna travel 9 minutes, 2.6 miles. We're going to a house. It's a leave at the door, and I have a gate code. All right, let's safely back out of here. It's quiet right now. I still don't know what kind of construction they're doing over here next to Stefano's. I don't know if they're expanding their restaurant, like creating a huge patio area. I'm not 100% sure yet. I guess as it's being constructed, it'll start to make sense. Over on my left is the Smith's grocery store, and they're doing construction. They're adding an entrance for their workers to bring out groceries to people who pull up in their cars. $4.09, 6 miles. People who pull up in their cars to get their groceries, you know, what's it called? The shop and go, or whatever you want to call it. Where people order the groceries online, but then they drive to the grocery store and park, and then a guy comes out with their groceries and puts them in their trunk. They currently don't have an easy way for the employees to get to the parking lot without going to the main entrance of the grocery store, which of course is always super congested because everybody's going in and out of those doors. So they're constructing a special door, a special entrance just for the employees, so they can come and go and deliver groceries to people in the parking lot. So I'm sure the workers are really happy about that, because that means less walking on their part. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of huffing and puffing to do when they have to go to the main entrance, and not to mention that the time they have to waste getting stuck in the people traffic jam trying to get out of the store. So that's really the new things that are happening in that shopping center right now. They're doing a lot of actual making structural changes to the buildings. So yeah, progress is occurring in this town. And then don't mention all of the road work this town is doing. It's absolutely insane how much road work is going on. Okay, what's next? A right turn or a left? All right. Oh yeah. Okay, I know this neighborhood. And yeah, the road construction here is crazy. It just seems to never end. And I think a lot of people must have today off. The traffic is extremely light right now. Extremely light. I know all the kids are now out on summer break, so I don't have to worry about school buses or mothers driving their kids in their big old giant SUVs and driving like maniacs on the road, or crossing guards. I can finally get a break from all that, at least all the way up until, what is it, August? I think August is when they go back to school. So I got all of June, July, and that's it. So I got a couple of months of peace where I can easily drive in the morning and not deal with any craziness, which is nice. And maybe a lot of people go back east once the kids get out of school, because I know we have a lot of people that live here in Vegas that are not from here, and a lot of them are here just for work, and sometimes they can schedule around, you know, because they can work remotely. The parents can work remotely. So as soon as the kids are out of school, they get out of here for the summertime, because it gets so hot here. They get out of here and then they come back again in the fall. So I know there's a certain segment of the population that have that kind of a routine. So I myself, I like it here in the summertime. It doesn't bother me. If I had a second home, I don't know if I would go somewhere else. I mean, unless I was ultra wealthy. If I was ultra rich, then I would have a home somewhere probably in like Vermont or Maine or somewhere where it's real pretty in the summertime. You know, you have the seasons are changing. And then when the winter comes, it's like I'm getting the heck out of there and I come back here to Vegas. That would be like the ideal scenario. But I don't like to travel. So I don't think even if I was ultra rich, I don't think I would do that. I hate to travel. I hate getting on planes and trains, and I don't like traveling. I just find it to be, I get real irritated being around crowds of people. I like to just be my own space. I guess if I had like, well, I don't even like driving for a long time either. Now I think, well, I was gonna say if I had like a motorhome or something, drive across the country, but nope, I wouldn't like that either. Because I don't like to go for long drives. I like to like, I don't mind driving like locally because, you know, I'm on just on surface streets. I'm in the neighborhood, you know, popping around to different places. But to have to get on the highway and the trucks and flat tires and being in the middle of nowhere, it's like, no, that's all right. I'll pass on that. That does not sound appealing at all. So we're almost at the drop off, and there's two entrances to this community. It's saying to go to the second entrance, and I've had problems in the past with that call box, but I'm gonna give it a try and see if it's working again. Because then, if it's working, then I can delete that negative thought from my brain. I'm a very process-oriented person, as you can probably tell. And so everything I do, you can say it's like anything that comes up, my brain has to think about all the variables that are happening. With whatever I'm encountering, there's like it means variables have to come up in my head and scenarios, so I'm prepared. $12, 14 miles. I think that comes from my childhood because I had a very stressful childhood, so I had to always think ahead to avoid danger. $25, 16 miles. No. I think that's where it comes from. It comes from a dysfunctional childhood, and the stresses created this $5, 5 miles, overdeveloped need to process scenarios, to create the least amount of stress for myself once I encounter these situations. I'm going to be making a right coming up. Let's get the gate code ready to go. $20, 14 miles. The offers are starting to come in fast and furious. I think I make a right too. Okay. Go. The gate code worked. 369, 5.2 miles. Starting to get busy. I better start switching to $10 minimum, based on the fact that offers are flying in. It's going to be coming up on the left-hand side. What's the number? Okay, I think it's coming up real quick. Is it on the right side? Did I just pass it? No, it's this one right here. Okay, I see it. All right, let me stop here, throw my hazards on. Come on, food. Thank you. All right, that's all delivered. I'm getting a lot of offers. The app is really going off. I've got to decide if I want to take St. Rose Parkway to go back or just take the street back. I think I'll take St. Rose Parkway back. Make a left here. Drop off was fine. Just walked up to the door, set it down and left. There was no ringing the bell, no nothing, because it's just to leave at the door. There were no special instructions, as I recall, to knock or to ring or anything like that. So I just set it and off I went. And Yeah, I was saying that I should just now wait for $10 offers, but gosh, it's so hard to know. It's still so early, and I'm doing well with my current strategy. So maybe I'll just keep the current strategy until it gets closer to lunchtime. I'm hoping I finish. If it keeps going like that, maybe I'll finish by 10:30. That would be really nice. Then I won't have to work all the way till noon like I did yesterday. Well, let's see. Just keep following my pattern back home. Just stick with the routine. I think I'm in the 30s now, if not more. Now I've lost. See, I'm doing it again. I'm losing track of how much money I've made so far. As soon as I get to a red light, I'm gonna have to add up the offers and see how much money I have right now in the piggy bank. $2, 3 miles. Okay, so we just did a $10 one. And then before that was an $8 one. That's 18. Then we did a $5 one. 18 and 5 is 23. And then the last one, so we got $30. So we got 30. We got $20 to go. So right now we're at 30. We're doing good. One more hour's worth of work, and we can shut her off. And the time right now is 8:27. 14 miles on the car, and I'm getting 52 miles to the gallon. This light is so weird today. I can't tell if the cars are coming across, if they're making left turns, because people don't know how to use their blinkers in this town. 9:58, 9 miles. People do not know how to use blinkers in this town. No one likes to signal. Everybody likes to play the game of guess where I'm going. Guess which way I'm turning my car. You will never believe it until I actually make the maneuver. Sometimes early in the morning near the casinos, I see people driving on the wrong side of the road. That happens all the time. I don't think it's because they're drunk. I think they just get confused because where the casino's at, it's like on a curve. And they accidentally don't go far enough to get across to the other side of the road. They turn too soon, and they end up on the wrong side of the wrong side of the road. Oh, I don't think I've ever done that before. I've seen people do it. I'm trying to think if I've ever. When I was younger, one time I went down a street the wrong way on a one-way street. I did that one time, but it wasn't a major boulevard. It was like a side street, so it wasn't terribly scary. It was just like, wait a minute, I gotta turn around. This is a one-way street, and I just turned around. You hear in the news all the time that people get on the freeway going the wrong way. They get on where it says do not enter, and they get on the freeway. Well, that happened to me one time here. Not that I did that, but somebody else did that. I was entering the entrance, and they were coming out of the freeway the wrong direction and coming head on with me as I was trying to get on the freeway. That happened to me recently when I was doing a DoorDash. So yeah. Driving is dangerous. Pink box, $6, 7 miles. Driving is dangerous. I'm a little bit hesitant in my old age to continue doing DoorDash. Once I'm of a certain age, I'm starting to wonder if it's worth the risk. Like maybe when I turn, maybe 65. Maybe 65 will be it, because I'll be on Medicare at that point. And that's kind of officially, but I think that's considered being pretty darn old at 65. And although I guess I could still do it if I just do real short drives. But yeah, I think I'm so hooked on doing delivery, I'll probably keep doing it, even in old age, because I find it to be a very fun thing to do. I like to get out of the house and I like my neighborhood. If I lived in a junky neighborhood, where it was very, ugly, I wouldn't do this job, because there would be nothing appealing about it. I would be dealing with these people who are, not friendly, and I'd be dealing with places where it's dangerous, or you know, it's not fun at all. It wouldn't be fun at all. But this area is very fun because you get to see some really fantastic houses, and everything's brand new here, and the roads are nice. So that's what makes it different to do this job here as a hobby, as opposed to you know, someplace that's more grittier. So yeah, so I think as long as I'm still living in this area, I think I'll probably just keep doing it as long as I can drive. But I'll probably change the criteria. $4.35, 4 miles. But I'll probably change the criteria. Like, I'll probably do just really short drives. So like everything will have to be within like a 4 mile radius of where I live. So I'll be really looking for offers that are really short drives, so I can just do them and then just go back home and then take a break. And I probably will just set the app to pause. You know, every single time I do a delivery, I won't even accept anything else. It'll be like one delivery, go home, rest for 20 minutes, then turn the app back on, go out again. That's probably what I'll do in old age. So that way I don't overwhelm myself or get stressed about it, because it'll be real simple ones. And obviously if I do that, I won't be doing any kind of like huge grocery orders, because when you're that age, it's probably too difficult. It'll be too difficult for me to do those real heavy grocery loads. I got the next offer. It's from Uber Eats. I'm gonna go to Starbucks. I'm gonna get $7 for 2.9 miles. The work dried up. There was no work again, and the time is now 9:25. I think I was home for about an hour, and I just I was watching an old YouTube video about a show called Ark 2, ARK, and then Roman numeral 2. And I had forgotten about this show. It's from the 1970s. It's about a post-apocalyptic war where the world has kind of been destroyed. And there's just like this handful of scientists that build this thing called the Ark 2, which is like a science vehicle. And it just travels around trying to help rebuild society. It's a Saturday morning show, so the premise is very sketchy. But I can remember watching it. It was like a man, a woman, a boy, and then a little chimpanzee are the main characters. And I remember watching it and being entertained because it was similar. It had a very similar feel to it as Planet of the Apes at the time. So I remember enjoying it, but I had forgotten all about it. So I was watching that on YouTube, getting a kick out of that. And then I had a PB&J, and that was it. And then I was just hanging out with my dogs and just waiting for something decent to come in. There was an offer for $8 that came in earlier for 7-Eleven for just 4 miles, but it was 2 deliveries, and I was like, I don't want to take it because that's too much work to only get $8. So I skipped it. So now I've got this one offer for 7, which means I only have to make $13 more, and then I'll be done. So so far it's still looking good. It looks like I'm gonna hit the $50 so far. Once I complete this one, I'm hoping I get another one right away though, so I can get closer to that $50 goal. I think I'm gonna park here on the right. I'm hoping nobody's here. Okay, it's clear. All right, we're here at Starbucks. Let's go get it. No waiting on the order. Citizen tip over. Verify the order. Complete the pickup. Alright, we're just traveling half a mile, 3 minutes to a house. It's a leave at the door. And they put a gate code, but I don't think for this community the gate code works. As I recall, I had problems the last time I tried to use it. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Inside of Starbucks, there was people just hanging out and they're having a good time. I guess a lot of people have the day off, because that's the vibe I got in there. People were wearing shorts and they were with their friends and not their coworkers, and they're just hanging out, drinking coffee, having a good time. And yeah, I was real happy to see the order was just sitting there, so I didn't have to wait at all. So I just walked in, grabbed it, and got out of there. And that was about it. So this is going to be an easy $7 real quick. The only issue will be whether or not I have any trouble getting inside of the community because of the gate. They have a code box, and for the last few months the code box has not been working, and I have to message the customer so he can use his clicker to let me in. So that's been an issue for a very long time. I want to say it's been going on for about a year. But he still puts the code in the instructions, so that just tells me that eventually the code box is supposed to work again, I guess. So I'm gonna try. I haven't been over here in a while. I haven't gotten an order from this customer in a long time, so we'll see if the code works today when I get there. So let me make a right here, and then the code box is going to be on my left, and we're going to see what happens. Sometimes they're watching me and they'll click me in while I'm doing this here. Let's see. Let's try it. No, it still doesn't work. Let's just say I'm at the gate. I'm at the gate. Let's see if they let me in. I don't think I need to communicate anything else. Yep, they heard me. They got the message. I'm coming through. Alright, now that I'm in, this should be real quick and simple. And hopefully another one comes in right away so I can wrap up this day. It's going to be coming up on the left-hand side. I'm looking. I believe it's this house, if I remember correctly. I haven't been here in a while. Yeah, it's this house. Turn around. Thank you. That's done. That was done in a real short amount of time. I think that took less than 10, maybe 10 minutes that took to finish to get that $7. So that was an easy one. 13 more dollars to go as I make my way back to the base. It's your turn, lady. Go for it. I know I'm supposed to obey the rules of the road, so you go. You do your thing. You do you. Temperature is currently 87 degrees. I have 19 miles on the car. Getting 53 miles to the gallon. 9:35 already. Gosh. I was hoping to finish by 10:30, so now it looks like it's gonna keep on going. It really looks like it's gonna be a lot longer than I was hoping for to finish for today. Oh boy. Oh well, at least I'm getting these nice long breaks in between, which is nice. And the maximum time I'm working is until 12 o'clock. If I don't hit $50 by 12 o'clock, well then that's just too bad. That's all the money we're gonna make for today. And that's just how it goes. This is definitely a slow period. I'm hoping it doesn't last for very long. Normally in the summertime it's busy. Maybe once once we get closer to the 4th of July, maybe things will pick up. I got less than a month to go till the 4th of July comes, so it's just around the corner. First up will be Father's Day, and then I'll probably get a lot of work on Father's Day. Usually I do. I'm usually picking up a lot of stuff for Father's Day, so maybe I'll get a lot of good stuff then. Just have to keep trying to stay motivated and doing the routine and keeping busy at home, doing whatever I feel like doing at home to occupy my time. It always helps to have all these different, things to do. Since I'm a TV person, at least I can watch things on TV. I'm taking a break from TikTok. It's been getting too addictive, and so now I'm consciously not opening up the TikTok app, and I'm just watching YouTube Shorts, which are similar, but they're just not as engaging. $11.48, 9 miles. They're not as engaging, so I get tired of the YouTube Shorts real quick, and then I just watch TV after that. And it's fine to watch TV because I like watching all the old reruns from when I was a kid, and that helps to make the time go by fast. So that's totally fine.